Standing for Last Bell Boxing down at the Scott Kalo promotion, Rushcliffe Arena in Nottingham, joined by debutant Jack Gillingham. How are you, mate?
Dillingham D.
Apologies. Jack Dillingham, how are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Very impressive performance. Did a real number on that fella tonight. He was real tough though, wasn't he?
Yeah, I thought he were very durable. To be honest, I thought he were tough to actually find shots on. He were very compact, and he were especially from range to try and get in close and throw body shots. Like he were quite tough to get to. I kept applying pressure, and I got there in the end.
Looked like very early on, maybe because it was your debut, he perhaps thought I would try and put it on him and see what he's got.
Yeah. Well, I'm quite an high tempo fighter. I like to put the pressure on, but I think the excitement, I definitely maybe overdid it a bit. I probably, as soon as I got back, first thing Scott said to me is to keep the pressure up, but just to take my time with the shots I'm choosing. And because I was throwing a lot of fast flurries, but I'm not sure they weren't effective as when I started to take my time and pick my shots and stuff like that.
So he tried to put it on you a little bit in the first round.
Yeah, he did.
And you come through that really well, kept your temperament, which sometimes in a situation like that, especially when you got this crowd behind you, the way that your fans came out for you tonight, easy for you to get in a firefight, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I thought I did give him a bit back. I did go at him a little bit. I did, but I knew that was where he wanted me, and I knew in my head I thought I'll get him to like give him my respect, to know that I'm like I can do it. But at range I needed to wait, and I knew where I was going to win the fight was staying outside and at range and taking the centre of the ring with me jab and waiting to set that shot up.
He landed a bit of a peach at one point, but you come straight back at him. Yeah,
to be fair, he threw awkward shots, very looping, long. Especially, I was finding sometimes that I was coming back a bit and he would just like coming over me. But he were an awkward customer, especially when you were in close. Yeah. That's where it worked for him and stuff. And yeah, he were a tough person to have my debut against.
Jack, the thing that stood out for me was your work rate. Yeah. You didn't let him breathe, you didn't let him stop. And even though the body shot that finished it off was outstanding, I feel like all the work you put in the previous rounds, wearing him down, made that exclamation mark with that body shot perfect.
I feel like the way I boxed today it were everything I wanted. It's everything I've worked on. I took my time after the first round. The pressure was good. I couldn't really ask anything more of my performance. Maybe just to relax a bit more in the first round, but I think I was buzzing. I couldn't wait to get to it. But I think I took my time well. I picked my shots well. I think tempo perfect. Could have kept it going, and I'm just hope everyone else had a good time watching it.
Looked to me like the crowd were outstanding for you. Felt like you brought the whole of Chesterfield with you, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping at one point we can put one on in Chesterfield. There's not many places to put one on, but it'd be nice to get one close to home, and I'm sure I'll be able to get more people to come out and watch me.
A lot came down though.
Yeah, well, Nottingham, it's not too far, but it's getting to Nottingham from Chesterfield's not the easiest. So I had a bus on today, a 50-man seater, which sold out. I've sold around 100 tickets, which I think's pretty good for my first fight. I didn't really go out chasing people for tickets either. I just wanted people to come and enjoy, and I was more focused on just doing my job and making sure my debut were a good performance. And yeah, it's been amazing. I can't wait to go out with them tonight and have a good night with them and just chill and be with people that have been with me throughout the years. They've always come and watched me, and I think they deserve it just as much as I do. So thank you,
Jack. There's a nice little crowd out there stood waiting, looking at you through through these glass windows, trying to put you off. Little word for those fans that have come all this way. A lot of them, I'm sure, your mates, but it's not easy at this level selling the amount of tickets you've just sold for this event.
It's been an absolute pain in the backside to people saying, "Oh, I want them," and then we've had people pull out today, and we're disappointed, but we're not. It don't matter to us because we're more focused on being here and boxing, and it's a big part of it, which I'm learning. I'm obviously new to it. I've done it in the amateurs, but none of it like accumulates to me. It all goes to like gyms and boxing clubs. But it has been hard, but I'm just glad it's over with now, and I can relax and my phone's not ringing all the time, and I'm not having to answer this and answer that and sort stuff out for people. But I appreciate everyone that's came, and I'm pretty proud of me and my dad for sorting it.
All of that takes energy, and energy that really you need to be focusing on your boxing. Like I say, at this level, it's just what you've got to do, and it's not easy. People that sometimes go and watch these massive shows, see all the glitz and glamour. You know, these guys that get pushed from GB that get massive backing, don't have to sell their own tickets. Yeah. You're, like you just said, you're on the phone. You're probably posting tickets out. You may be taking them round to your mates, and it's really tough because out of that money that you've just sold them tickets, you got to pay for your opponent and all sorts.
Well, he's come over from Spain, so he's not necessarily being cheap. But at the end of the day, last week we didn't even have an opponent. I've been matched up 3 or 4 times during this camp. I've had lads pulled out, lads stopped, lads this and that and other. And Scott never really put pressure on me about it. He always said he was going to sort it, and I trusted him that he would. And I'm just glad that it's all done now, and I've sold that amount of tickets. And I just hope all of them have had a good time, because I think that's what it's about. And hopefully they want to come again and watch me fight, which I hope they do. Well,
you put on a great performance tonight, Jack. Thanks very much for talking to Last Bell Boxing. We'll be watching your career going forward. We always come to these Scott Kalo promotions. This is the heartbeat of boxing, right?
Most definitely. So you've got to tune in.
Absolutely, mate. Thank you. See you soon.
Take care.